September 1st, 1939, German tanks crossed the Polish border. It was the beginning of the deadliest conflict in human history. Over 6 years, 70 million would die. This is their story. After World War I, the Treaty of Versailles left Germany humiliated and broken. Reparations crippled the economy. Hyperinflation destroyed savings overnight. Germans starved. In this desperation, a man named Adolf Hitler promised to restore their greatness. His rallies grew larger, his message grew bolder, and his ambitions grew darker. September 1st, 1939, Hitler unleashed his new military doctrine, Blitzkrieg, lightning war. This wasn't the static trench warfare of World War I. This was speed, shock, and overwhelming firepower coordinated like never before. Panzer tank divisions punched holes in enemy lines. Stuka dive bombers provided close air support with their terrifying sirens. Motorized infantry exploited the breakthroughs. Communications were coordinated by radio. The enemy was paralyzed before they could react. Poland, with its cavalry charges against tanks, fell in just 27 days. The world watched in shock, but hoped it was an isolated incident. They were wrong. In April 1940, Germany struck again. Denmark fell in 6 hours. Norway, despite British and French support, fell in 2 months. Then came the unthinkable. On May 10, 1940, Hitler turned west. German forces swept through the supposedly impregnable Ardennes forest, bypassing France's Maginot Line. The French army, considered the finest in Europe, collapsed within weeks. By June 14th, Nazi jackboots were marching down the Champs-Élysées. In less than 2 months, Hitler had conquered most of Western Europe. The speed was breathtaking. The consequences were terrifying. Only one obstacle remained: the English Channel and Winston Churchill. With Western Europe conquered, Hitler turned his eyes toward Britain. Operation Sea Lion, the invasion of Britain, required one crucial prerequisite: air superiority. Hermann Göring's Luftwaffe would have to destroy the Royal Air Force first. What followed was history's first major air campaign. For 3 months, from July to October 1940, the skies over Britain became a battlefield. Young pilots, many barely out of their teens, climbed into Spitfires and Hurricanes to face the might of the German war machine. The statistics were sobering. The RAF had roughly 900 operational fighters. The Luftwaffe had over 2,600 aircraft. But the British had 2 crucial advantages: radar, which gave them early warning of incoming attacks, and the fact that they were fighting over home territory. When the Luftwaffe failed to break the RAF, Hitler changed tactics. If he couldn't destroy British air power, he would break British morale. Beginning in September 1940, German bombers pounded British cities night after night in what became known as the Blitz. London bore the brunt of the assault. For 76 consecutive nights, an average of 200 German bombers dropped their deadly cargo on the city. Citizens slept in underground stations. Entire neighborhoods vanished overnight. But still, Britain refused to surrender. Winston Churchill captured the spirit of the moment. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. The few, the RAF pilots, had saved not just Britain, but democracy itself. By October 1940, Hitler postponed Operation Sea Lion indefinitely. For the first time since the war began, the Nazi war machine had been stopped. But Hitler's ambitions were far from spent. Unable to cross the Channel, he would turn his attention to the east and make the most fatal decision of his career: